So, would you get in a tiny airplane with these bozos? Well, yeah, if you were a skydiver with serious skills, looking for some new thrills. Hey, you know that saying, give a bunch of guys a ball and you got a game? Well, this one's called Space Game. You jump out of a plane with your buds, straight down. Then you throw a special weighted tennis ball to your teammates, and you get points for catches. Just a regular game of catch, with the catch. You're dropping out of the sky at 180 miles an hour, upside down. Now wait, freeze for a second. Yo, where's the Earth? What's up with that plane? What's down? Am I gonna live or what? Okay, let's crank up the audio. Now, that's the wind rushing by. Either that or it's your brain screaming. Man, this is one cool sport. You're having fun tossing this ball around a couple of miles above the Earth. But sooner or later, you gotta remember to open the chute, or else you'll end up a stain on some guy's driveway. Oh yeah, that's it, just glide on in. Total up your score and you know you're cool. This new sport comes out of Germany, land of extreme sports psychos. It's called Cad Jumping. Now compared to this, bungee jumping's for pussycats. You free fall from a crane. No parachute, no bungee cord, just a net. You have to wear a helmet and pads for protection. But then it's eins, zwei, drei, Geronimo! Look like fun? Well, let's slow it down. Now that's a scream of pure enjoyment. But that's not enough for this guy, Bernhard Schneider. He calls himself an extreme sportsman. We think he just wants attention. Okay, he's gonna jump from this cliff into a net that's dangling from a helicopter. He has to hurl himself far enough off the cliff so his body isn't dashed on the rocks below. He tests the wind and waits for the exact moment to jump. The German leaps. Oh, the humanity! Nothing but net! Hey, let's look at that again. Note the fierce concentration, the animal grace, the sheer stupidity. Oh yeah, Cad Jumping. Coming soon to a mountain near you. Why do extreme sports psycho bikers jump over the hill? Because it's there. This bike club, the crusty demons of dirt, attacked the California desert with a motorcycle vengeance. They're so hard up for thrills, they'll ride just about anything. But when they want to get away from it all, it's time for a road trip. They hop a jet and a chopper to the perfect place, sunny South Africa. Where the riding is hard, the sand dunes are soft, and the flying is easy. The landings aren't always a perfect 10. Yeah, but who cares when you can do this? Hey, see you later. But watch out for that sandburn. It's hard to start a new sport, but these women are doing it. Let's look at that again. Nothing like your head bouncing off the hard surface of a lake. catching some air. This is wakeboarding, a sport where the top competitors are women. These athletes display a gymnast's grace and strength as they sky over the wakes. Hey, let's take a closer look. And if you don't think this sport requires strength, check out her arms and legs. Oh yeah, she's definitely working her ESP. Here's a psycho jock that'll do anything for adrenaline. Dave Barlia plans to ski off the top of Mount Asgard in the Arctic Circle. Now, this thing is nearly a half-mile high of cold, hard granite. It looks like one giant tombstone just waiting for Dave's name. Dave, of course, sees it differently.
And we flew over this thing, and everyone's jaw just dropped because this was just this huge, about 2,200 feet sheer cliff. And just out in the middle of nowhere and just so cool looking.
Dave packs his chute and hits the slopes for a few practice jumps without skis. Now, one concern is jumping far enough so he doesn't slam into the cliff. Check out how long he waits before opening his chute. He has about 9 or 10 seconds before he needs to. Dave waits until the very last moment. No more practices, time for the real thing. He has on his skis and he's heading for the ultimate black diamond run of his life. Dave has fallen for 10 seconds and still hasn't opened his chute. Has he pushed it too far? Let's go back and see just how long Dave is gonna push this jump. We'll count it down. Okay, there he goes. 7 seconds, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again from another angle. Notice a few seconds into the jump, Dave's skis come off. 8 seconds, 9, 10, 11, 12. His chute finally opens. Dave makes it. Big celebration? No way. Dude has ice water in his veins.
I was going fast enough down the slope where these skis would just project me away from the cliff, and I had no worries about hitting this cliff at all, so it was just so fun for me to do.
Okay, all you water skiers, which one of these guys looks like a human tow rope? Chuck, Buddy, or Dan? Let's find out. Oh, by the way, these guys don't need skis. They're barefooters, skin to surf. The boat's doing 50 miles an hour. Dan's the first to climb out. If you guessed he's the human tow rope, you're right. Chuck grabs one leg, Buddy grabs the other. Okay, let's make a wish. No foot brakes on this ride. You let go and it's the old sliding enema stop. Works every time. Again in slow motion. This takes incredible strength. Dan not only has to support his own weight, but the weight of 2 water ski lunatics. Okay, here's one last look at these psychos cutting up the lake. Okay, Dan, do that back thing one more time. Finally, a psycho sport barrier tumbles down and a new age dawns.
I mean, they finally let women do this, and this is something I saw when I was 5 years old, and I said, wow, these people are nuts. And now I'm the one up here who's being nuts, and I love doing it. I love being up high in the air.
All they need is a skin-tight suit, amazing skills, and a lot of guts. And they're in the first ever women's cliff diving competition in Acapulco. Finally, the God-given right to be as dumb as guys. Jocks on rocks, plunging themselves into the swirling ocean, flirting with death on every dive. Here's the dive that made Heidi Pascoe Queen of the Hill. Here's a slow motion look at that championship plunge. Grace, beauty, and guts under pressure. Heidi went home $6,000 richer. Not a lot of cash for risking your life. But for Heidi, it's a giant leap for womankind.
Wow, these people are nuts.
Bonjour. This is a very sad love story. This half-naked man is world-class water skier Florent Carmen. Why is he so sad? Gigi, his lover, has left him and thrown all his filthy clothes into the desert. Take your filthy clothes and prove you love me, she say. His heart is broken. What to do? The idea come. He will ski on his feet across the desert, across the canal, pulled by a helicopter, and Gigi will take him back. It begins. Will he make it? Oui or no? Florent is traveling 120 kilometers an hour. His tennis shoes are melting to his feet. They are stinking like a wet chain. That is dog in French. Gigi look down from the helicopter and say, I hope you fall and break the bone of your collar. So he do. But the broken bone does not stop him. His love is too strong. He begin again. Again, his feet are roasting like two delicious escargots. Oh, that is snail in French. But he reaches the canal just before they are melted and finally washes his stinking feet in the canal. Then, Florent begins to think again. I am such a stud for doing this. What do I need with that Gigi? And now, the heart of Gigi has broken. Fin. Oh, that is the end in French. The coolest extreme psycho sport just may be sky surfing. Troy Hartman's one of the best in the sport. He makes it look easy.
You're falling at 120 miles per hour. It's like a huge rudder. And all it wants to do is throw you around, spin you, flip you upside down. And its natural tendency is to put you underneath it, inverted, like a rotor blade on a helicopter. That's a stable position. Unfortunately, that's not the stable position for opening your parachute.
So, is it the coolest sport ever? Just watch. He straps on a helmet cam so we can get a Troy-eye view of his sky tricks.
The forces that are created from those moves, spinning so fast, have actually blown out the blood vessels in my eyes and stretched out the capillaries in my hands to the point where it's burning and I can't tolerate it any longer. You also have to stay oriented the whole time because everything's upside down now. You know, you're looking up at ground and down at sky. It's awesome, especially when you're out there with a cameraman and you start tracking, flying straight at them. You can get closing speeds well over 100 miles per hour, and you just zoom by them faster than you could ever go legally in a car.
With this shot from a helicopter, you can see that sucker's moving.
It's so neat because this helicopter can get so close to us in free fall, and it looks as if we're going to run into the ground or hit a car on the freeway or hit power lines.
They pull their chutes just a few hundred feet from the ground. From this angle, it looks like they're too close. But this guy knows what he's doing.
We're definitely not daredevils. We're not stupid. I have a college degree, for instance, in aeronautical engineering, so I have a real good understanding of the aerodynamics of what I'm doing. My biggest fear, and I have had one close call with this, is having one binding come undone. And if you don't get the board cut away real quick and have that other foot released, it can break your ankle real fast. I didn't know if I wanted to do this sport, and I was scared to death of it. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like now to be a non-skydiver.
Troy may be the ultimate extreme sports psycho.